Okay, so here we go. This is the tool that I use. It's an ordinary pry bar. You can get these anywhere. Home Depot, Lowe's, any place that sells construction tools. It's made of steel. It's not very heavy, but it makes one hell of a breaking tool for stretching hides. Not sure how well it shows up here on the camera, but we have a deer hide here that's not totally dry, still very pliable and wet in this area. The tanning oil has been soaking in for 2 days. I use Pro One tanning oil for this project. Like I said earlier, that the client just wanted it tan so he could hang it up on the wall, drape it on the back of a couch, whatever. It's not going to be used in any other taxidermy purposes. It could be used for whatever. It could be used for crafting, anything you wanted to use it for. The edges are the first to dry. I'm not sure if you can see on the camera, but you see how it's brown here? And how it's a little bit more white in this area. This area I just already stretched out. Well, this area here is starting to dry and starting to turn color, which tells you it's ready to be stretched out. And we're going to do that with this tool. You could pull and tug and work this over a beam to get it to stretch out also. But I like to use this little tool right here, and I'm going to show you why here in a second. Okay? I'm not sure if we're going to be able to pick this up on the camera. I'm going to give it a try. I want you to watch this area, how we're going to turn this all into white, and we're going to stretch this out and show you that we're getting some stretch. We've got about 4 inches there. This leg, this would be the front leg, a part of the front leg. So we're going to stretch that out and turn that into leather. It's going to feel like leather, and it's going to be very, very bendable. It's not going to be stiff. Right now, it's pretty stiff. So we just take the tool. You can use either end. I prefer to use this end. We're going to hold here. We're just going to push. Notice how it turned white? I'm putting pressure down, and I'm pushing. Pick up, I can pull it. Done. What do we got for a measurement now? We got 5 inches. That is now 5 inches across. We had, I think, 4. We're going to do this to every part of the hide that we think is ready to go. Never wait for the entire hide to dry out to do this. The edges, like I said, the edges will dry out first. Then the middle. Then the head area. Any part you see brown, hit it. Look at that. That feels really, really good. Really good leather. Smells just like leather too. I love that smell. So that's what you're going to do, basically, to the entire hide. Up here, we have a little area here that looks like it's getting dry. Once again, we're going to hit it. I don't know if you can see this turning instantly to white leather. I guess you can call this the poor man's way of doing things. I don't know. rather have a machine do it and break it in and tumble it, but I don't have one of those. Notice I'm also pulling up membrane. We're going to actually sand this. When we're all done with it, we're going to sand it also, make it even better. You see some of the membrane, which should be really off the deer hide. We're also going to sand this down when it's all said and done. This will go on for a couple of days until it's completely dried out, and I can tool it. I guess you can call it tooling. I don't know if that's the proper term for it. Steel barring it. I don't know. You can do this with anything that you want to turn into leather, whether it be a deer hide, elk hide, buffalo hide. I do this to my raccoons. Well, you got to be a little bit easy. You can't be putting too much pressure on it when you do it to like a thin skinned animal like a coyote, a raccoon, a fox. You'll end up ripping this thing right in half. But I enjoy doing that. This is fun. I'm turning this all into leather right now because I'm stretching the fibers. We're doing stretching and pulling out the fibers. You know, it's always good to have a friend with you later because tonight, when I have somebody available, we're going to play tug of war with this also, which helps loosen up the fibers even more. Some guys use a steel cable to run these across. Wooden beam. But this here, it doesn't take much effort to do this. You can see how white this is becoming now. I mean, this whole area was brown because it was drying, and now we're just stretching it out. Another area here. Look at that. Feels like one big rubber band. Now, when you put on the Pro One tanning oil, they recommend that you, after you get to, before you get to this point, that you wash this hide. Get the residual oil off the hair side, which I try never to get any on. I don't do that. I'm not going to wash this thing until I'm completely done breaking it in, sanding it down, whatnot. And I'm not sure if I'm even going to soak it back in water again. I might just wash the hair side with industrial strength Febreze mixed with water with my cleaning tool that I have. And that's a totally another topic and discussion on cleaning mounts and whatnot. And that'll probably be it. And then we'll get it back to the customer. You got the tail hair. Tail looks like it's just about ready. Still a little, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick this up on the camera. Try to get you guys here. I almost do it with my thumb. Still a little too wet. I don't want to grab onto those hairs there and pull them out with this, but I definitely want to get it going. Still, because the reason this area is still really wet is because it was hanging off the rack and everything drains down. You see it's really wet there from water and the oil. You can actually wipe that off, help dry it. I'll come back later and start working on this area here. This side's ready to go. Again, look at what we have here. See it turn white? Stretch that right out. Look at that. Beautiful. Right to the edge. Wow, that feels awesome. Key into using the Pro One tanning oil, you've got to make sure you neutralize these hides. Get them neutralized to where they need to be. Basified, whatever you want to call it. Took me quite a while to neutralize this hide. Took me hours, almost a whole day. It was in the pickle for almost 2 months. When it was all said and done, using my pH litmus papers and also my pH reader, this hide was registering at about 5 pH, which is where I wanted it to be. It's even my Lutan F hides. When I tan with Lutan F, after neutralizing, those hides are around a 5 too. So I apply the same purpose to this here when putting on the Pro One tanning oil. Seems to give me the best leather. You guys can experiment what you want. Follow the directions on the bottle to what it tells you to do, but you've got to get them neutralized to get the stretch back in. You don't want them acidic to remain acidic. That ain't going to do no good, especially down the road. Then I'm cracking and drying right out. Look at that. That is all 100% soft garment leather. I don't care what anybody says. Beautiful. I think the client's going to be pretty happy with this. Like I said, we're going to sand this all down when we're done. After it's all broken, we're going to sand it down. Make sure all these hairs are locked in place. Now this, I went a little too far right here. It's a little bit dried out, a little bit hard, but we can still work it. That's what this comes in handy for. You can see how I'm stretching it. See how it's buckling up here? Stretching this out. You can also do this. Doesn't matter. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I'm stretching this thing right across the table without the hide moving. Ah, man, I love this stuff. Oh, this is great. Good workout. It's coming out beautiful. Oh my God. This doesn't get you excited when you're tanning. That's almost completely dried out. That is really dry to the touch, but very, very soft. So that's how we break in deer hides, or any hide for that matter. I even do this with my deer cage before I mount, and then I'll rehydrate to get them wet again, the deer cage's wet again, then we'll get them on the form. So, hope you enjoyed this little video. Hope I was clear. You can always send me an email or contact me through Facebook, Google+, through my website, taxidermyjournal.com. I'm all over the internet. If you don't know who I am by now, you've been living in a cave. I've been on taxidermy.net for, God, I don't know how long. Taxidermy Talk, Taxidermy Insider. So it's not too hard to find me. Find me on Facebook. So that's about it. Debating whether I'm going to sew them holes up or not. I really should, but I don't know. I'm not going to see them. They show on the other side. I'm going to sew them up. We got plenty of time to do that. Hope you guys have a good day. Hope you enjoyed the video. That's all for now.